I'm trying a new thing. It's going to be a vlog, basically. Jimmy actually got me started on this idea because he watches quite a few different vlog channels on YouTube, having to do with trucks and things. So I've actually been watching some of the videos he's been watching and watching some of the vlog stuff, and I kind of thought it'd be something I'd like to give a whirl. So basically this is my first video, and what I'm gonna be doing hopefully with this channel is just I don't know how regularly I'll get these out. Just kind of depends on how things go, and you know, if there's interesting things to see. I don't think you guys just want to see daily life of me like cooking. So basically what I like to do with this channel is just show me working with the dogs, various things that I do on the road, stuff like that, traveling. This year is crazy with my traveling schedule. I am booked pretty much almost every weekend all the way through I believe October 15th. So hopefully I can include a lot of stuff with like my seminars and trials and my dogs, and I'll include a lot of stuff training them. I'll set up a tripod and have some videos of, you know, showing me training them and working with them and doing stuff. This is Trip. So that's kind of what I like to do for this channel. You lay down, buddy. Lay down. That's kind of what I like to do for this channel, is just kind of show what happens with between me and my dogs and all that sort of stuff, and hopefully it'll evolve into showing you know, some nutrition stuff, which honestly is my like huge passion, is dog health and nutrition. So I show some of that, show my training sessions, show traveling. So it's just basically gonna be kind of random stuff. I'm aiming for videos coming out once a week. I think that'll be a good volume of videos. I don't really want to do one every day because honestly I don't really do that much exciting stuff every single day. So I'm gonna go for once a week, just kind of showing what happened that week and various stuff like that. So hopefully this is something that you guys are all like, and I think it'll be fun, and we'll just see how it goes. Thanks for watching. Right, so I thought for our first video I would introduce you kind of to all my dogs. You do not need that. Come over here. Lie down. Wait. And kind of tell you about their personalities and all that sort of good stuff. So this guy right here, come here, Tipper. Sit. This is not my dog, actually. This is Jimmy's dog, my boyfriend. His name is Trip. He's a rescue. Him and his whole litter were dumped at the NADAC Championships a few years ago, and we ended up with this guy. Jimmy fell in love with him, so he's his dog, but you'll see him in a lot of my videos, but I don't train him. I use him as my demo quite a bit, but everything he knows, everything he's learned, Jimmy's taught him everything. I've kind of told Jimmy what to do. He watches a lot of my classes, so yay. But Jimmy has taught him everything when it comes to agility, all his stuff. He does dock diving, he does frisbee. He's hoping this year we're going to compete, and he wants to compete with frisbee and dock diving, where it's just kind of been for fun this last year. So Trip is a good boy. He gets really excited sometimes. He has some arousal issues, so we work quite a bit on that. I'm sure you'll see a lot of that in this vlog, of me working on some of those issues. Come here, buddy. Come over here. No, leave that alone. Lie down. Wait. This is Mert. She's very happy. Come here, remember. Again, I got her last year about September. She didn't make it as a herding dog, so she's with me now, and she's gonna try her stuff in agility. She's tiny, as you can tell. Obviously, she's not happy at all. So she's a very happy little girl. She's a little bit shy, a little bit nervous, so we do some confidence building stuff with her, things to make her okay with her surroundings. Again, I'm going to show all this kind of stuff in the vlog, but she tends to be a little bit nervous when she's out of her element, and here she likes her living room and likes her friends, so she's a pretty confident girl when she's in her good spaces, huh? Come here, remember. Come over here. Lie down. Lie down. Wait. And this is Allie, who's hiding under the desk. Come here, Al. Hi. Allie will be 5 in April. Come here, can you turn around? Allie, come. She says, I don't understand what we're doing here. So Allie is 5, and she is related back to Try, my old girl who passed away last year. Lie down. She's going to be 5 in April. She's a very strong dog. She's probably the hardest dog I have when it comes to training. Very hard eye, very reactive. Like I said, she hides under the desk and kind of wants to micromanage everyone. She's an interesting dog to train. She makes me a better trainer. I've learned so much because of her. Again, you'll see a lot of her in this vlog, training and all that sort of good stuff. She's a very good girl. I love her to death. You know, she's just one of those dogs. She's a hard dog, but I just absolutely love her to death. All right, go back to your bed. Good girl. Lie down. And last but not least is Nargles. Come here, Nargles is going to be 9 in June. Come here, Nargles. Murmur. Back over here. Lie down. Down. Wait. Come here, Narg. She's my old girl now, and she's tiny, and she does whatever she wants because now she's not that old, but she thinks she's old and has all the old dog privileges. She's my main competition dog this year. I do a lot of bonus handling with her and stakes work with her. She's an awesome dog. All she wants to do is cuddle, and all she wants to do is run fast. You're going to hear me refer to her as Pig or Piggles, mainly because when she's really excited, she squeals like a little pig. She used to do it when she ran, but she doesn't do it anymore, so that's nice. But when she's really excited, she likes to squeal like a pig, and she makes a lot of noises. So she earned the nickname Pig or Piggles. Alright, so this is their morning feeding. This morning, or for this round, I change brands all the time. But right now I'm feeding Honest Kitchen. I tend to rotate through different kinds of dog food and through different brands. So once I run out of all my Honest Kitchen for this go around, which usually I keep them on one brand for about 2 months or so, and then I'll rotate, and then I'll put them on another brand for a couple months. I really don't have a rhyme or a reason as far as how long they're on one brand or anything like that. It's just kind of what I can get and everything. But I do like to rotate varieties inside the brand. So this right here of Honest Kitchen, this is their Keen variety. I also have their, that's turkey, and then I also have their beef variety that once this bag runs out, I'll switch to beef. So I like to rotate flavors inside the brand as well as rotate brands themselves, and I just have about 3 or 4 brands that I just kind of go through. So their morning feeding, I tend to kind of split their supplements a little bit, but for this, I'll just kind of show you everything they're getting right now. Let me grab a spoon. So I'm trying out Honest Kitchen's bone broth. I just ordered this one container of it. It's just a powdered bone broth. I wouldn't say any good or bad towards it. You know, the dogs really like it. I just kind of got it. It was on sale. I got it to test it out. Nature's Logic has come out with a bone broth, a powdered one, that I will probably give a whirl when I run out of that, strictly because I really like Nature's Logic, and so I really kind of want to try their stuff out. The next thing is APF. I give that no matter what. I love APF, and so each dog just gets a couple little squirts of it, and I will post links to all the companies that I'm talking about here in the comments section below. So like I said, I tend to kind of split their supplements up, so I'm not going to put everything in their bowl right now. Mert is running around throwing toys in the air right now. So I'm not going to put everything in their bowl, but I just kind of want to show you. And then I have other supplements that aren't even here, and additives that I use. And so I'll add those at some point to kind of show everybody. But this is all silver lining here. So what they get every day, no matter what, they get their joint support. Again, this is all, this jar here, they're all powdered. It has a little measuring inside. Every day, all 4 of my dogs get joint support and the foundation. If I am training a lot, which that season is coming up, training, and I've started hiking and all that sort of stuff, I will start adding Inflammade into their food as well for the dogs who are competing and training and they need a little extra. It helps with inflammation in the body. And then the number 25, the INFX, I call it Infex. I don't really know. I just call it that. It's for maintaining good bacteria in their gut. And I tend to feed this on kind of a rotational basis. I'll feed it for, say, I don't know, about a month, and then take 2-3 weeks off, and then another month. I don't feed it continuously, and I don't have a rhyme or reason for that. I just kind of rotate. I do that with a lot of my supplements that I'll feed for a while and kind of rotate back and forth. It's a bit of a rodeo going on in the living room. So this is the foundation. It comes with a little scooper inside. So I just measure out to each dog's weight, and they all get a little bit of this for their breakfast. And then everybody will get a joint supplement as well, and it has the same little measuring scoop. It's the same kind of powder inside, and you just measure out to what each dog's weight is, and it has all the directions are on the label. And like I said, I will post links in the comments section down below with all the companies' websites and all that sort of good stuff. Without fail, every day my dogs get the joint and the Canine Foundation and the APF Pro. Those are my mainstays. Nargles does get this Inflamade. I kind of do it on a rotational basis. But she gets it almost every day because she's older and she has some joint issues. So I do give her that just about every day. And like I said, I have some other additives and supplements in here that I don't have shown. This is just their morning meal. And so I'll add those as we go along. So behind me there's a teapot going. It has hot water in it. It's just an electric teapot. And that's what the Honest Kitchen looks like. What I will also do is add eggs and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll pause the video while I get the water mixed in, and I'll show some of the additives that I put in here as well. Alright, so the water is now, I don't bring it up to a boiling. I just bring it to where it's nice and warm. We're going to pour enough water in here. I like to make it with the Honest Kitchen where it's kind of like an oatmeal. It's not like super watery, but it's not, you know, really thick or anything like that. That's at least the way that my dogs prefer it, and so I just kind of pour a little in and see how it works, and then go from there. So like this one has a little bit too much water, so it's a little watery, but a lot of it with the Honest Kitchen, it'll soak it up, and it'll make it a little bit thicker. And I usually let the Honest Kitchen sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. I fill that pot back up a little bit and boil some water to make myself some coffee. So by the time that I've made my coffee and drank it and gone through my first batch of emails, then this is usually ready for them, and I'll go ahead and feed it. So I like to add stuff. I try to add stuff at least once a day to my dog's food, if not each meal. So this morning they're going to get a scoop of cottage cheese, and I don't really have an exact measurement. I just scoop out cottage cheese, and again, my dogs are all okay with dairy, some dogs aren't, so you kind of have to do what works for you and your dog, but all mine are good with dairy, so they all get cottage cheese, yogurt, things like that. I don't have any meat today. I ran out yesterday, but most often I also add, I have a butcher who has a dog grind that he makes me, and so I'll add meat to this as well. Everybody's going to get an egg. These eggs are from a friend of mine down the road. She has a bunch of chickens, and they're all free roaming and all that sort of good stuff, so I am lucky enough that I can get a bunch of these really nice eggs from her. And so everybody is going to get an egg, and that usually consists of their breakfast. So like this evening, if I end up doing their food this evening, they will probably get some sort of meat, whether if I end up being able to get to the butcher today and getting some meat from him, or if I add sardines, maybe some canned salmon, just about anything. I like to rotate what meat they're getting. And then they also get some different supplements, some different additives. Tonight they'll get an immune additive that's from Silver Lining. And also tonight they will get a supplement from Rogue Pet Feed called Origins. They'll get some of that added into their food as well. So depending on if I remember, I will show what tonight's dinner will look like as well. And they also, I try very hard every week to have maybe 2 or 3 nights a week where they don't get any commercial food. They just get, for instance, in the morning they might just get yogurt, an egg, maybe a little cottage cheese, some meat, maybe like a veggie blend that I do, or some sweet potato or things like that, but no commercial food whatsoever. And I try to do a couple of days of that. My goal is maybe about 3 times a week that they get a non-commercial food. It also helps, you know, the dehydrated food is expensive, so it helps cut that cost as well, that I can kind of break the meals up and they just get, you know, some meat from the butcher and a little bit of sweet potato or a veggie mix or anything like that. Helps with the cost of the Honest Kitchen as well. I do feed kibbles as well. Like I said, I like to rotate between brands and all that. I like staying in the dehydrated realm, just because my dogs have done really well on it and I really like it, and it works with how I feed them, and their raw food and all that. But another kibble that I do feed and I like to include in rotations, whether if I add it to the Honest Kitchen or if I just feed just kibble, and of course I always add eggs, and that sort of stuff. Nature's Logic is a kibble I like to rotate, and it's a pretty consistent brand that I really like, and I will put into their rotation. Most of the time I add it with the Honest Kitchen, so this meal might consist of a half ration of Honest Kitchen, half kibble, and then all their fresh additives as well. Like I said, I'll post everything in the comments below as far as all the companies that I mentioned, with their websites, so you can take a look, and hopefully you enjoyed. Nom 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 nom. And so today I am packing to go to Manila, in the Philippines. So trying to get all my stuff together, trying to get my bags packed, trying to get all my dogs taken care of. They're all staying here with Jimmy. He's watching them all, and so like when I'm gone, as far as my dogs, you know, besides the general taking care of them and walking them and taking them out and doing stuff, when it comes to feeding them, he'll feed their supplements that they all need. But then as far as raw food, I'm only gone a week, and so I don't worry about it too much. He's going to end up feeding probably just Honest Kitchen, unless he decides to add some stuff to it. For the most part, he just sticks right with Honest Kitchen. And so I don't worry about him too much when it's just 1 week. Now, if I'm gone for multiple weeks at a time, when I went to Europe last year, I was gone for about 3.5 weeks. Then I usually pack kind of what I told him are like raw day baggies. And it was just a Ziploc bag for each dog that just had a mixture of some raw stuff. And so like once a week, you know, he would just add in just that Ziploc bag instead of their Honest Kitchen. So they were getting some raw and stuff like that. But overall, when I go to leave, he usually just feeds Honest Kitchen because I'm usually not gone for very long. I've adjusted my travel schedule a lot. Last year was super crazy. Like I said, I was gone in Europe for 3.5 weeks. And it was just a long time. It was too long. I loved it. It was the most amazing experience. It was so much fun. I learned so much, met some amazing people, but it was a long time to be gone. So I've adjusted my travel schedule to where the most that I'm gone like this, like when I go to the Philippines this next week, is I'm gone a week. And then I come back. And most of the time we travel and take the dogs with us and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, that's going to be the end of this week's blog. Like I said, I'm packing and getting ready to go. I fly out on Tuesday, and I am going over with my good friend Melissa, and we're going over and teaching, and it's going to be awesome and a lot of fun. And of course, I will take lots of video and lots of photos while I'm there. See ya!